Greetings. This message or actually video is for one of my subscribers, George. I seen your video and let me just say this. For only 7 months, you've covered a lot of ground, my brother. You're ahead of schedule. And I know that you really kind of want to push this forward, but just take your time, man. I mean, I can't stress that more. It's coming. You know, you've only been into the 7 months, and from what I've seen the video you sent me, you're doing a great job. So this is not going to happen overnight. You know, don't push yourself to the point where it's an unrealistic expectation. Because trust me, from what I've seen, you're doing a really good job, and you're pass on pace. You know, to really, you really being able to become a really good rhythm player or guitar player overall. Now, according to your video, you said you had a problem with the G open chord. And I was looking at your video and I noticed, if I'm not mistaken, your fingering is a little different. Your fingering looks like you're doing kind of a jazz fingering to the open G chord, and that might be one of the reasons why you're having a hard time. Also keep in mind this, because this is really important. No two people are going to have the same issues. There's some people that can trailblaze through this, and there's some people that can't trailblaze through this like this, but they do it in their own unique way. You know, because if for some reason you're just really struggling with this, and I'm going to show you the fingering that I use for the G open chord. But if that's still an issue, just slow down, take your time, and for the time being, just do the G bar chord. But the G open is this. And this is the fingering for it. I take this third finger, put it on my E string on the G note. Take my second finger, put it on the A string on the 2nd fret, and then take my pinky, put it on the E string on the 3rd fret. So it should sound like this. And that's the exact fingering that I use to do a open G chord. But again, for some reason, if you can't finger this with these fingers, with this specific fingering, just use the bar chord for now. So you'll be able to get through C. And that's basically it. Try that fingering that I just showed you, and that should help you. If for some reason it don't, just use the bar chord for the time being. Because again, no two players are going to have the same identical problems. Because like with me, let's say for instance the F minor 9 chord, that's built on the E string. But the fingering for F minor 9 on the A string, it's difficult for me. So I'm not going to bother them. I'm just going to continue to focus on the E. And if for some reason I can't do the voicing for that on the E, because sometimes I do run into that, or the song calls for the minor 9th chord to be built on the A string, I do some slight variations where, technically it's like this. But sometimes I have a hard time switching between them fast, so I just lift this up because for some reason I can do this, but not that. So sometimes you can get away with missing one note, especially when you're playing with a band. If it's just you by yourself, yes, it's probably going to be noticed that there's a note missing. But when you're playing within the band, sometimes you don't even have to play the root note because the bass player is playing the root note or the note. The keyboard is probably playing that particular note on his left hand at some point in time while playing that particular chord progression. So you got two guys doing this, so they're not going to notice the third guy that's not doing it, because like when I build my major 7th on the E string, it's technically this is a G major 7. So sometimes I might put the finger up there, the thumb up there, but I can get away with this because the bass player is going to be playing that, so I'm just, so little tricks like that will allow you to get around some of the things for some reason you just can't do. Because sometimes you just can't do it, so you find other ways to, compensate for not being able to do it that way. Then as far as you said something about the finger, the thumb back there when you play the bar chord, it tends to vary where each player might put that thumb. Some big players may be comfortable a little down further, a little up higher, or over closer, you know. So just as long as you're able to press down on all the strings, you're good. It really don't make a difference where that thumb is at there. But again, it's just all about making sure that all of those fingers are pressed down so you can hear those notes very clean. Now this is the hardest thing when you first get started playing guitar, making sure that all of the notes in the chord ring out clean and evenly. Because when you first start, it's going to be like, you know, but you keep practicing, you know, you get better and you get over that, you know, you get past that. So again, I stress, you're doing a good job, you're on pace, you know, don't rush it. You know, if it don't come today, keep playing. It'll come tomorrow, a week later, or a month later, or a year later. You know, it's going to eventually come. So, again, just keep playing, man. But, you know, that fingering for the G, that's really what music instructors teach you. Those particular fingers to do your open G. Because, again, like I said, I looked at your video, and it looks like you were playing and in a different fingering, and that might be the reason why you're having a hard time with it. So until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.